Hello, my name is Sarah Willoughby. I'm the author of the book He's Making Diamonds, A Teen's Thoughts on Faith Through Chronic Illness, and the host of the Diamonds Conference. We're about to have our 5th event in January. If you haven't registered, it's free to attend live. So make sure that you head down to the link in my bio and go over to the conference webpage or my website, and you can find the sign-up information there. It's a disaster behind me. You know what, I thought about cleaning up, but it's Christmas and I have gifts and cards and craft supplies strewn out everywhere, and I figure I'm just gonna be honest. This is just me. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So writing is hard and chronic illness is hard. And I'm living proof that but that it's possible, and because it can feel like the combination of those two things make writing impossible, but I'm living proof that it's not. And I'm not the only living proof that it's not. And so today I want to share 5 fiction books that are written by authors with health challenges or chronic illnesses of some kind. And I've read each of these books and I'm just really excited to share it with you. I think that they're a great example of how illness gives authors a unique perspective and wisdom and just understanding for how characters work and how people work. So first off, we have Dust and Shadow and the Girl Who Could See by Kara Swanson. They are so good. Dust and Shadow are a duology. They're a Peter Pan retelling. So amazing. I felt like, illness, that's not really commented on anywhere in there. Neither is it commented on in The Girl Who Could See. But in each of them, I really, really related and resonated with the characters because of their experiences. In Dust and Shadow, one of the characters has this magical thing that is a harm for her at first. And the way that it is, it's this magical thing that no one would ever think would connect to an illness. But I was like, I relate so much. This is me. I get it. So I really recommend Kara Swanson's books. She has Lyme disease and has been battling Lyme disease for many years. And so and yet she's a published author. She's amazing, guys. Read these books, but also she's living proof. And so my next bit of living proof is Mary Weber. Mary Weber has written many books. I haven't read them all, so I'm not going to blanketly recommend them, but I really enjoyed To Best the Boys and The Evaporation of Sophie Snow and The Reclaiming of Shiloh Snow. And so both of those are a bit more mature books, especially the ones, the Sophie Snow books. And so I'm not blanketly recommending them, but they were so intriguing and so fascinating. And I really, especially in To Best the Boys by Mary Weber, I loved there were some scenes that were kind of like, I imagine the normal reader would be like, oh my goodness, this is disgusting. But to me, as someone who's fascinated with how the human body works, I was like, this is so interesting. And so she's another person who's living proof of that. And then Hope is the Thing with Feathers by Haley Hudson. Haley Hudson is one of the staff members for I forgot to mention that Mary Weber, she suffers from mold poisoning and I think some other related things. And so Haley Hudson also has various diagnoses. I think that every single person on this list that I have of our 5 authors that are living proof today have a different diagnosis. But again, I just wanted to show you that it's possible, no matter what you have, to be a writer who impacts and influences others with your words, and that what you're going through does impact and influence your writing in a positive way and makes it all the more powerful. And so Hope is the Thing with Feathers is a novella written by Haley Hudson, who's one of our Diamond staff members. She's a blogger, she's a freelance writer, she's just pretty awesome in general. But it's set in World War II, and it's just this beautiful book inspired by the Emily Dickinson poem. So I really recommend that. And again, it does such a great job that I don't know what Haley would say. I would love to ask her again. Maybe we should do a part 2, because I did interview her on this channel at one point. But just the way that the hope and the darkness are contrasted in that book was something that, again, just really resonated with me and what I was going through and what I was experiencing. And I knew that Haley got it, and I knew that, just that this story wasn't just fluff. It wasn't just a happy, magical ending. It was facing reality, but with hope. Okay, and so 2 more. So one, we have Sarah Holman. I'm not sure how public her health challenges are, so I'm not going to share them in this video, but she's written, I don't even know, countless books. Like there's many series that she's written, and I've read many of them. One of her recent series has been the Kate's Files books, which is about an FBI team. But in all of them, they're just so much fun, and I think that she really just demonstrates how, and if you read all of her series, you get to see how she grows as a writer. You get to see her in so many different characters, because she's published so many different books, and so you get to see some of the commonalities in that. So I would recommend her books, especially the Kate's Files ones, although I have a special place in my heart for some of her early series as well, because they were just fun as a kid. And so finally, we have Tessa Emily Hall. Tessa Emily Hall is the author of both nonfiction and fiction books. She's written multiple devotionals that I recommend. She's been a speaker at the Diamonds Conference, and she's also written a lot of different fiction books. My personal favorite of hers is Fallen Leaves. And in Fallen Leaves, one of her characters experiences a lot of anxiety and a lot of there's just a lot of brokenness in her life. And I think in many of the characters Tessa writes, there's a lot of brokenness, and yet there's so much hope, and it's so healing to me. Fallen Leaves in particular was just so healing, and a book that really helped me as I grieved through what I lost from my chronic illness, and the things that I've gone through, which is not the point of the book. That's not the plot of the book, which I think made it even more powerful in the way that it impacted me, in the way that it was able to reach in, because it wasn't directly about it. It was able to be this veiled kind of balm and way for me to process that. So I really recommend these, and I just wanted to give you guys some proof today that writing is hard, chronic illness is hard, but there is living proof that it's not impossible, that there's so many authors, I think, that many of us are unaware of, probably many authors that you love to read, that you don't even know have chronic illnesses of some kind or health challenges. And the more that I've talked with different authors about this, the more I've gone, oh wait, really? Like you too? And so I just really hope that encourages you today to continue writing, to allow your experiences to influence and impact your writing in a way that makes it stronger. I did a video about that recently that you should check out. And that it's not impossible. Keep dreaming, okay? See you next time.